One, I think with the manpower, he asked for a secretary. I think it's a Dolton resident capable of doing the job and being trained for that job. And so I made a lot of promises to people that I will look for Dolton residents first, and I do stand by that. You might not agree with that 100%, but I will need to know why some Dolton. I've made that promise. Just to let you know. Because people, that's what I promise. So if someone pick up the phone in Public Works, I think a Dolton resident can do that. Okay. I don't believe there's no Dolton resident that applied for that job and they're not able to do it.
Okay. It's not
just let you know why I said no. I want to know. I want Dolton citizen right here.
It's not all about just picking the phone.
I'm just letting him know.
Yeah. Believe me, I've run business before, and I know what it is to hire somebody. Like the mayor said, sometimes you need somebody that's got a little bit of an education behind them and a little bit of know-how behind them to do the job. Because it just isn't sitting there, somebody picking up a phone and saying, hi. There's a certain amount of knowledge that's got to go in with it. If you have an opportunity to hire somebody that's got that prior knowledge and that prior experience, and they're willing to work for $10 an hour, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You take advantage of it. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much.
Okay, and I'm going to say one thing in regards to enforcement with fire hydrants. We've written a lot of tickets in regards to cars parking in front of fire hydrants, which for a long time that hasn't been done. If you take a look at downtown area, we've painted a lot of curbs, areas where people that can't park. You know, it's going to take a bit for us to get into the neighborhood, but believe me.
My suggestion of community service, that was a suggestion, Mr. Mayor. It's an opportunity.
Yeah, believe me.
It's a resource.
Man, how much yellow paint did we order? Did you?
25 more gallons.
Okay, so we're trying to get that, but if you just give me an opportunity, I'm trying to set up some priorities before we get into winter, because that's going to be a whole other issue. You know, I know your block. I've been up and down that block 20 times at least in the last 6 months. And I don't know how to do it. I don't have the money to do it right now. But I think your block is one of the worst blocks in the village in regards to needing repair. So, you know, if I get somebody, that's going to be a priority to get that block fixed because it's just terrible. Okay. So just keep your fingers crossed there, prayer for me. Maybe we can get some money.
One other short suggestion, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
As I suggested last September. Invest in a book of Robert's Rules of Orders and give it to your trustees so they can read it. And Trustee Hunt, if you show up at a board meeting, if you showed up at a business meeting dressed the way you are right now, you wouldn't look too professional. Shh, please, shirt and tie. At least look the part.
Thank you, sir. So just in the last meeting, we did hire 3 public workers. We're just talking about a secretary right now, so we feel the same as you feel about putting that manpower out there. We just hired 3 public workers. And just as the mayor said, if we had the money to just fill all these slots, we wouldn't hesitate doing it.
I no longer have the podium, so I'm going
to say this, Trustee Brown. Sometimes you can't stay within budget. Sometimes if you don't hire people, it costs us more money on the other end because of things that we had manpower in some cases we can prevent certain things. Rather than always reacting, maybe we can act on that.
We can proactive.
You know,
I totally agree.
Right.
So on that same note, let's plan if we're going to step out of budget. Let's put a plan together. That's all. We don't want to just jump out there and just start spending money to people to pay for.
Talking about manpower shortages in every department.
Yeah, but let's talk about it. We can talk about it.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Mrs. Thames, how you tonight?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. You mentioned earlier that the Sheriff's Department is going to be assisting y'all in demolition.
Right.
Does that include the restaurant on Assembly? Dusty?
Well,
We're still in litigation.
you know, believe me, I want that place down. We've had some concerns in regards to purchasing that property. If it was demo, we probably could have sold it already. But there's going to be a substantial cost in demolishing that place. Now, I'm not sure the level of expertise that the Sheriff's Department has right now because they're training these guys. Certainly, if they had more manpower, I'd like to get that taken out of there. But what I'm trying to do is concentrate, and I'm not sure they can do it. What I'm trying to do is concentrate on the safety issues with the children in school, you know, and things like that. So, believe me, I like to have it going on too. You know, I'm not saying that they can do it.
And to address something that I brought up the last meeting, the tagging of the overpass on 157 Green.
Right.
They just, last month it was 1 pound.
Right.
Now that entire overpass has been tagged,
Okay.
Ganger.
I'll get it clean tomorrow.
And if you don't, you know, if you don't do something, then it's continue.
We've been subjected to some active tagging. They did the house at 14801. What was that, man, Michigan? Wabash? Right on the corner. They tagged the front of the house.
Yeah.
The gang. And the sheriff is working with that with us now. And we called them that morning. They were out there afternoon. So I'll make sure that we call them in the morning and be out.
And one other thing, and I'm gonna, from 147th Street, I've asked this if I brought this up before, from 147th and Greenwood to where Dolton ends, where that house is on the east side of the street.
Right.
It's still, the people that live where their garages and fences are facing Greenwood, are they not responsible to keep that clean? Is that a village issue?
Well, you know, there's no sidewalk there.
Right.
And usually anything on the other side of the sidewalk is parkway, which we're responsible for. Here again, we talk about manpower. And with all this rain that we've had, food deserts, and there's been a growing problem, you know. But we're responsible.
So and when you cut again, just come down a little bit further each time.
Okay.
Come down a little
Right.
further.
Now, Mr. Rose's property, which he still owns, I know it was up for the tax sale. It's just a little bit southeast of that fire hydrant. You know, the fire hydrant there, and then the church. Then there's a blank parcel, and then the church picks up.
Yes.
That blank parcel is actually South Holland.
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, we'll try to do a better job.
And with housing, the mini mansion that's on the corner
I know.
is still, you know, the grass is cut. It looks horrible.
Denise, what do we do on that?
Nothing,
Anything?
so, because it's just South, it's listed as a South Holland address, it's no longer Dolton.
That's another thing we need to look at. That is in Dolton boundaries, but somehow, some way, they get that pin associated with South Holland, and South Holland is collecting the taxes on that. And when they market that house, they're marketing that house as it being in South Holland, but
Well,
that's all.
when it was first marketed, it was in Dolton.
Yeah,
I'll
it
put
is
in
still
a
in
call
Dolton.
over there to South
Pardon?
Holland. I'll call South Holland and find out.
It's still in Dalton, but somehow, some way, they've got that tax partial where South Holland is benefiting from the taxes and it's our piece of property, so I'm not sure how we get that correct. Yeah, I'm not sure, and there's a couple other parcels in there around New Covenant Church that is actually our property, but they've been billed tax-wise, the assessor's office, South Holland, they're actually paying the taxes on, so I don't know how we do it there.
We can find out from South Holland if there's overlap with business piece and it doesn't, we can adjust it.
Yeah, so, okay.
Yes, my name is Georgia Williams, and I thought I had the issue regarding the water bill resolved, but unfortunately, I just paid a water bill last month. I got another water bill this month. I live on 152nd and Grant.
Right.
My water bill came with my name and address on it for $147. And I went to the village and I wasn't greeted so well about it. So how can they make an error sending me a bill for $147 when I'm on 152nd and Grant?
Do you have a bill?
I got a copy of it. I went to the village Saturday. She wasn't happy about me bringing it, so she got it. But I do have a copy. Yes, I did make a copy.
Do you have it with you now?
Yes, I do.
Give it to Mr. Irvin.
Okay.
Mr. Irvin, we gotta get this
So
taken
I don't
care of.
know.
She's been in here several times.
Yes, I have.
And it seems to be a problem significant with her and her property. We gotta get this correct.
Okay, so I don't know what's the issue, but I don't see how that happens. So if y'all really need to look into it. Thank
Okay,
you.
we will. Mrs. Stubbs, how are you tonight?
Oh, wonderful. Good evening, everybody.
I want to ask you a question, Mayor, because you have a relationship with Sheriff Dart. Is it possible you can get the swap out here?
Guess who I called today?
Sheriff Dart to get swap?
Exactly. We were getting swapped one time a week. They actually, when they first started, we were getting them twice a week, I think it was, man. Twice a week, 8 times a month. And to be quite frank with you, some communities got jealous of it.
Sorry?
So it went from 2 times a month to 2 times a week to 1 time a week to none. And today, probably none. So,
That's great. And I used to take SWAT workers out when I worked in the Department of Corrections and let them clean up, cut grass. And what we would do right now that is September, we're preparing for the winter to see how much money we need to spend in salt, you know, and you really, really need some more people in public works. I'm telling you, this is not going to be an easy task if we have a winter like we did last year. And you need to look into that about hiring people that's experienced, even answering the phone. Because if that person don't know where to direct that call to, then it might be a dire emergency situation. And if that individual that's part-time don't know where to direct that call to, then that individual will not get the call. Like I said, I worked in the sanitation department, and we had one young lady in the office answering the phone, but she could get on the radio and send us whatever we needed, she needed us to do, or anybody else. She had the skills to do that. And if you put somebody in there that doesn't know that, then And that's nothing to play with because it's the safety of the people. And we need to, stop all the bickering and laughing. I'm guilty of some of the laughing too, because this is some serious stuff, especially with the winter months coming ahead. I'm planning now with my properties on what I need to do to take care of the things for winter. And you definitely need some more help. 14 men, we had, the Department of Corrections is as big as this village, and we had at least 20 people on staff. And you can't keep, if you have snow removal, you can't keep burning the same man out. And you need somebody that know how to drive a truck. I mean, and with CDL license, this is no joke. This is real business.
Thank you, man.
And one of the things that as we come into fall now, and as some of you may see, already have seen, is the leaves are falling down.
Absolutely.
So we run into another problem.
Sewers.
The sewers get blocked. So now we have to put, and we can use another sweeper. We can use another sweeper. We have to put the sweeper out there. We have to put the vacuum truck out there starting to clean out some of these sewers. But it creates another problem along with the other issues that we already have. So coming into fall, with all these old trees, with all these leaves, you have to take them out the street, put them in the sweeper. You got to take 2 other guys off the street, put them in the vacuum truck so we can clean these trucks, clean these sewers out before, who knows what kind of weather we're going to have. Storms are coming through the Midwest like crazy. People's houses get flooded, sewers back up. So that's another thing we need to address. That's a additional reason that we need manpower. Because every season creates another significant problem along with all the other issues we have to take care of anyway.
And go over there to the public works, take a tour over there to the public works and see what they do. Hang out with them, see what they do. Because what they do is no joke. And the same way with these gentlemen's roofs. My roof cost me $15 grand to tear off. I had 3 layers. If you're not familiar, if you've never been a homeowner and don't understand that part of it, 3 layers. They had to tear it down to the bare and put new wood up and start all over again. And mold and mildew, that's a health hazard. And now you're talking about the unions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gary, how you doing?
Everybody, how y'all doing, Mayor? Board members, my name is Gary Jones. I am the CEO of Top Notch Industries. I've been listening to a lot of the stuff that's going on around here, and I've only been in 2 meetings, but it's pretty much the same thing every time. There's work to be done, and nobody's doing it. I've been in business for 5 years. I started out pushing a lawnmower. I bought 3 trucks. I have all the equipment to do all the work that these people are talking about. This gentleman says he's got trash in his alleys. I got a crew of 10 guys, 3 trucks, and all the equipment. We can be in these alleys tomorrow. The money is insignificant. I don't know how it works, but if you guys can give me $2,000, $3,000, however, I can go get it started. Paint fire hydrants, cutting trees, cutting grass, dumping trash, that's small stuff. I got guys that can do that now. And the money for it is significant. This ain't a $20,000 cost or a $50,000 cost, $2,000 or $3,000. I can go through some of these alleys and get this done now. And whatever money that doesn't cost, we can continue on maybe later. But the point is we can get this stuff doing now for insignificant cost, and I have my own people. And I'm a Dolton resident. I have references. I've done work with Mama. I've done work all over Dolton. I paint. We do all kinds of stuff. So if you guys want it done, I don't know if it works like that, but you can also with me. I got a crew of guys, I got equipment, I got trucks, everything to go do the cleaning the alleys, dumping trash, that's small stuff. I got guys that can do it now.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. And what Chicago has did now, you know, they're in their own situation, own issues. But they have subcontracted some of the work out to clean the alleys to outside vendors. And we need, you know, some of the alleys are in bad shape. Code enforcement guys have been out there writing tickets in regards to violations of overgrown weeds and debris and stuff like that. In some cases, the residents don't know that there is an ordinance that says you have to maintain the back of your property. In some cases, you know, where they got trees back there that have grown 20 feet tall, they can't take care of it unless they got a fire truck with a ladder on it. But in some of those cases, we try to help too.
But I mean, the stuff that the village is responsible for, that abandoned houses, the alleys, or whatever Dolton is responsible for, not necessarily the residents.
Okay.
If you guys need to get it done,
Yeah.
I can get it done for you.
Okay. If you want to put a proposal together.
That's what I was going to ask. I didn't know how to go about that. Like I said, I've only been to 2 meetings.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I could just come up here and ask you guys, look, these people need something done.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to do it. Let's get it done.
If you could put
Ain't really nothing to talk about. But
Yeah.
if there's a proposal, maybe somebody can tell me how to do it.
If you can put a proposal together in regards to what you can do and some type of figure in regards to what it would cost the village and then present it to this board and put it on the agenda, then the board can take a look at it and see if they want to.
But that's the issue. I can't really give you a cost because I don't know what I would be doing.
Well,
So I would need you guys to say we have a budget of this and then go do this.
No. You missed it. You just came up and gave a brief description of what you can do.
Yeah.
Clean alleys, paint fire hydrants, things
Yeah.
like that. What you might want to do is put in that proposal, X amount of dollars for painting fire truck, painting curb, X amount of dollars for cleaning the alley. What it may entail, weeds, removal of debris, things like that. You can give some type of estimation that the board can go forward with to take a look at it, see if they want it, and then give it to Mr. Irving, have it put on the agenda, see if they want to, you know, take advantage of your service.
And how can I do that if
What's your name, Mr.
one
Jones?
property is small and one property is large? The dollar amount is
Well, you
different.
have to.
I'll try to work with you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Mr. Pierce, I'll work that.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, everybody.
Mrs. Creighton,
Yes, good evening. Good evening.
how are you today?
I'm fine, how are you guys?
Good.
I'd like to ask the trustees, well, just to make, ask a question first. The work is getting ready to be done down Cottage Grove.
Yeah.
The board did not, the trustees didn't agree to do the turnaround, did you?
What happened?
We did?
No, we agreed to follow up on it, but it wasn't a final goal. but we agreed to get more, to continue the process, to
So-
get more information about the process, but it's not final.
So the work that's getting ready to be done down Cottage Grove, over by the school, that is not the turnaround.
I'm not aware of that. Ron, can you talk, I mean, Ron, they not starting a turnaround, right?
No, it's not, no, that project is like 3 years out.
Thank you. Oh, okay, I was afraid that you guys had agreed on a turnaround on a major street that affect children. So, thank you for not doing that, and also,
You not agree with that turnaround?
no. That's a bad move. They tried to do that years ago. That is a very bad move for traffic, for trucks, for students. I mean, that turnaround, it works, it really now doesn't work in South Holland where the turnaround is. The people don't stop. It doesn't slow up anything.
Oh, yes, it does.
Well-
We don't disagree on this.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. In every street that they have resurfaced in the village of Dolton, there has been a significant increase in the speed of that traffic. Now, from 159th Street to 154th Street, no stoplights.
Okay,
Person leaves 159th Street, he's got the green at 154th Street.
right.
Sometimes they're doing 60, 70 miles an hour because they don't have to stop until they get to Civil. Now, what does that do? That creates, if you got a student, God forbid, they get hit by a car going 40 miles
40
an
miles
hour
an hour, okay.
or 30 miles an hour, there's a greater chance of him surviving that accident than somebody leaving 159th Street with the green light at 154th Street and him getting hit at 60 miles an hour. So one of the reasons for the turnaround is to slow traffic down.
I still disagree with it.
Well, I understand that, but all I'm saying is that that's a significant reason for them placing turnarounds in places, and cul-de-sacs and running cars.
I understand the concept, but can you get a truck to do a turnaround?
Well, to be quite honest with you, trucks aren't allowed to do a turnaround at intersections, neither are cars.
Exactly.
So when you say turnaround, trucks go around, turn around, and do it all the time. But all I'm saying is that it will slow the traffic down. That stoplight is not doing it. And Mr. Smith, we have all the traffic statistics in regards to the number of accidents. I think we presented that last time.
That was presented at, that's been at one of the board meetings about a month or so ago.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I know you're against it, but to be quite honest with you, we need something better than that traffic light to slow that traffic down.
Well, maybe we look at something different, but I just wanted to ask the question, did the board approve the turnaround at the intersection? And seeing that you didn't. I also like to say hooray for the movement of the Village Hall in October. And I didn't know, I apologize, I missed the last meeting, for the National Night Out. I don't know if anyone said anything, but I think that Detective Hope, Price, the fire department, the police, you guys, it was a phenomenal. I still have parents coming in for registration talking about National Night Out. So to all of you, it was a phenomenal event with our assistants back there. I mean, it was really, I hope and pray that we win the award again, but it was a phenomenal.
From what I've heard, in the
Sure.
south suburbs, we had one of the largest national nights.
Yes. Can we give us a round of applause? Yes. I think that was phenomenal.
One thing that I was glad, the fire department, I asked them to put that ladder out. We need to show off what we have.
Yes.
And it was a great display of what we have and what we can do, as we go into the future. Detective Holmes did a fantastic job putting it together. All the police.
And the police, you know what? I just thank you guys for reinstating that because it's a phenomenal partnership to have.
Right.
As the Park District talked tonight, and I thank you guys for not charging them. Because we have to move forward and establishing partnerships of entities that's in the Village of Dolton. And I just have one other challenge. The Charters Youth Commission challenge.
Not the ice challenge, I hope.
Yes, it is.
All
The MLS Ice Challenge, the Charter Youth Commission, I'm sorry.
I can't hear you.
We'd like to challenge the trustees and the Village of Dolton and administrators of each department to take on the challenge to make that donation. It's not cold yet now, wait a minute. It's not cold yet. We have the right to challenge you guys, and we also make the challenge too. The Park District was one of our other challenges too.
Now, I'm gonna say this.
I got Stan.
Mr. Craig, I'm gonna say this. You know what? That was one of the best suggestions I've heard tonight, because you know what you said? You said the trustees and the department, you didn't say the mayor, so hey.
No, the mayor's the
Trustees
You
and
are
the
the
department head,
president.
so I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I just think it'll be, I
Ms.
think,
Creighton, why don't you clarify that now?
Let's get the buck.
The mayor.
Let's get the buck.
we say the mayor, including the department heads, the fire, we're talking about the Village of Dolton. You guys know that would be phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, that's.
That would be phenomenal. So, you set up the date for the challenge. The Charters Youth Commission, our date is,
30 years, I've been living there, it's fucking show.
what'd you say? The 27th of September, before it gets cold outside.
Okay, if you set it up, I think the trustees would be more than glad to participate.
Awesome. And our first home game for Thornridge Falcons will be this coming Friday, and you're all invited.
Thank you.